Oh, it's time! Cincinnati, we gon' rise and up. In the jungle, we unite and up. Trippin' orange and black and white. All day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Now who gotta move rockin' on? Now who wanna move crossing on? Now who wanna move out on? If you got stripes, then you let the city know you rock 'em. Yeah, we got 'em. Yeah, we fought 'em. Like that black and orange up on 'em. Single bottle, never stop it. So the beast and know 'em. Who they rockin' with the diamond stripes? Flossin' on the ring. Cincinnati, she's our queen. We gon' show the world who king. Orange in the day, black in the night. Stripes in our veins.
Welcome to another episode of Bengals and Brews. I remember where the show was and showed up today. It's been a while. What's up, Greg?
Nothing much. How you doing, buddy? Nothing really has happened in the last 24 hours, right?
Now, a few things to talk about today, you know. And, football officially back.
Football's back, buddy.
We'll save that. We'll save that for about 20 seconds here. We'll start by saying the Detroit Lions beat the Chiefs 21-20. You love to see it. I fell asleep right after that interception that made it 14-14. I was already starting to doze off when that happened. Did not make it. Woke up in the middle of the night, checked the score, was like, yeah. Hey, they got to lose, right? You want to get the one seed, the more losses, the better for the Chiefs trying to get that. Now we got to go out and win games.
Well, to the Chiefs that said we don't need Orlando Brown, I just want you all to just keep rewatching that game is all I want to say.
Yeah, Donovan Smith gave up more of a pressure rate than what Orlando Brown had his entire time with the Chiefs is what I read today. So,
yeah.
And then whatever the hell was going on with Jawan Taylor at right tackle.
And to top things off, the Chiefs were still getting away with with not getting penalties. They should have gotten a hell of a lot more penalties, and they still didn't get much, and they still lost.
You can say what Jawan Taylor was doing was legal by definition somehow, but it should be illegal. I don't care. That was fucking ridiculous. That means clear off the line.
Right.
There's got to be some kind of illegal formation. He was jumping the snap early. I know that I think it was Sands that said something about front foot. Your back foot's allowed to move. They need to change the damn rules if you're going to be doing some crazy shit like what Jawan Taylor was doing last night. But
well, speaking of crazy shit, Dale, I don't know if you saw Cap's live video. I was at Talk Off yesterday. I said I was representing Bengals and Brews. Did not do too well, so I kind of embarrassed us a little bit and all that, just so you know. So
you're not the golf pro.
No, I'm not a golf pro and all that. But you know what? Once I got in a little rhythm, I was using a driver without using a tee. But hey, it started working for me. To each his own. The golf gods helped me out some way. I did not finish the worst score overall. That's the main key. Although you get a prize if you finish the worst score.
Should have aimed for worst.
I know, man.
You were probably close.
I was close, man.
But yes, number 9, that's Greg is representing the jersey there for Joey B, Joe Burrow. Finally got done. They waited right till kickoff as Cincy James, our buddy, predicted. So what a prediction by him. So that would be a great time to announce it. 5 years, $275 million. That average annual value is $55 million per year. Big time money, highest paid player in the league. He deserves it. Anybody saying, well, take a discount. It's not how the NFL works. It's not how the quarterback position works. Maybe on later contracts, and maybe he can adjust and do different things. But he got the payday that he deserved. Greg, what's your thoughts on the deal finally getting done? Just relieved?
I'm just relieved. Look, I knew it was getting done. I just got tired of people coming up to me, telling me, oh, you're Greg, your buddy's not signed yet. Or I have a very close dear friend of mine who sent a group text to me in a separate group text, and he's a good guy, but he says how he was getting worried. I just flat out broke down, just yelled. It kind of came at him a couple days ago. And I apologize, but I just wanted to get done. I wouldn't say I was worried. I was just getting a little antsy. I'm like, let's just get this out of the way. We knew it was going to get done. If you ask me, Dale, I thought it was a very team-friendly deal. From what he's done for the city, what he's done for everything, I thought he was going to be the first $60 million quarterback, and we got him $55 million. My personal opinion, Dale, we got him cheap. That's my
in 2 years, it'll look like a huge bargain with the way the salaries keep going up, and especially at the quarterback position, they just keep topping each other. So right now, highest paid, but it probably won't last extremely long. Did you get your door fixed, Chop?
You got the door fixed, man.
Chop had a last-minute emergency.
Yeah.
The shitter door fell off.
The bathroom door, Because of one of these dumb fucking boyfriends. He's the one that broke the door.
Uh-oh.
I don't want the fuckers here anyway.
Get out. Can't say
Anyway, I don't know what you guys were talking about, but I'm sure it's probably about Joe Burrow, right?
Yep.
So last night, Greg, right there in the old recliner, I got me a nice piece of ass. I told you I had my celebratory piece of ass waiting. Joe Burrow signed, pork chop shoving the ass in his mouth.
What flavor?
Vanilla.
Nice.
Yellow cake, white icing.
Yeah, no, for me, I opened up my bottle of Blanton's. I'm saving the rest for February, if you know what I'm saying.
I do
know exactly
fully
what you're
understand
saying.
that.
You're going to take it out to Vegas, and we're all going to get hookers and take a shot of your Blanton.
Yeah, you're not going to remember it, though.
I don't care.
The hookers, Greg.
Yeah.
You sharing the Blantons with the hookers?
I don't know, man. We'll see.
Whatever.
We celebrating.
Yeah, Greg, come on. We're popping tops, right? And once you pop, you can't stop.
There you go.
Just got to do what we got to do, Greg.
Yep.
But yeah, and a lot of people are like, well, you can't, don't be mad. I don't think anyone's mad, but Here we are. The season's starting. We know the Bengals don't do deals once the season starts. Joe Burrow is now done. You have to turn your attention to T. Higgins over this next 24 to 48 hours. So before kickoff time arrives, if a deal's going to get done for this season, and T is here for this season, and they do have the franchise tag at their disposal and things like that, there is crazy conflicting reports out there. Kelsey Conway saying T. Higgins is not believed to be in the Bengals' future plans. A source tells me. That statement kind of fucking threw me off guard because I can understand saying they're far apart in negotiations, whatever. All signs point toward they still want to get a deal done with him. That's the first I've seen of that bullshit. So I don't know how to feel about that. We've still got our guy Trags out there. He's saying they're still trying to work on the deal. Schefter said T. Higgins is one of the main three priority we know with Burrow, and then Chase's deal will be upcoming for about a year or two from now. Hopefully next year they get that one done. Which that's another reason to want to get T done this season. So I did put out a poll. The results are like 48% that if the deal isn't done in the next day or so, that was the winning amount. 48% of the vote said they thought it'd be franchise, and then he's gone after that 1 year. I think 28% said franchise after this year, and then re-sign long-term. And it was something else to just re-sign long-term after the season. I think that's going to be harder to do. So what are you guys' thoughts now turning toward T. Higgins and this next 24, 48 hours? What's the confidence level that it gets done, number one?
My confidence level is the same as it has been the whole entire time, despite what Kelsey Conway said. I believe that the Bengals are still going to try to get a deal done because why not? The problem is that David Malagueta, that is the problem. I don't think T. Higgins even knows anything about his deal and what's been discussed. He's left it in the hands of David Malagueta.
Malagueta, I think.
Mogwai.
Fuck that guy, right? If we
David Malik, fuck that guy.
No. Good agent. He's a good agent.
Yeah, he's a good agent. He gets his guys top dollar. The problem is, what's the market for wide receiver number 2? Because that's T, and T is better than wide receiver number 2 in 31 teams. The only reason he's just as good as the wide receiver in the last team left is because he is that wide receiver. So what is the market value for T? I don't know, but I'm sure that David Mogwai has it way higher than what the Bengals think.
Mowgli.
Yeah, Mowgli. The Bengals think that what they can do. So I still think that possibly a deal gets done because Adam Schefter's saying that it's still a priority. And when people talk about, and you just said it, like not normally the way Bengals do things in the middle of the season. But man, I'm on that fucking soapbox still, man. This ain't the Bengals. Yeah, you're right. The way the Bengals historically did shit is correct, but that's the way they historically did shit before Zach Taylor era. This is a Zach Taylor era. Shit has changed. I think Marvin Lewis started that change. Thank you, Marvin, for doing that. Bye, Felicia. Now Zach Taylor's in. This is a whole new thing. We can't let this thinking that we've been programmed with as Bengals fans to let us affect what we think is going to happen now, because it's a whole new day, a whole new Bengals era. Things are being handled differently. And I think that there's still a real good chance we get T done. And if you're not going to, you certainly don't tell him like, hey, you're not in the future plans for us.
Yeah. Like we're trying to win a fucking Super Bowl. And he's going to be here. I think we'd all be shocked if he's only here for this season and that's it, because we had the franchise tag. He's here at least 2 more years.
Well,
to me, that is
the franchise
future.
tag's like $29 million,
Well,
isn't it?
I went back to an old report. Remember when Duke Tobin said, get your own receiver? I mean, that's a hell of a time here a couple months later saying he's not in our plans. You know, I can't believe. I do believe that Dave Malgetta is asking high demands. I believe there's heavy negotiations. I do believe that. I just can't believe the report says, okay, we're throwing in the towel. When we're like in a Super Bowl contending season, I just can't believe we'd be throwing in the towel just like that, you know?
Yeah, and I mean, then these are all conversations I feel like we can have later if it comes down to, okay, he doesn't get re-signed, and we'll continue to have these conversations just here and there. But if he doesn't get re-signed, then do you trade him? If he's those are all conversations I feel like to have after the season. But right now, I'm still holding out a little hope for this next 24 to 48 hours that the negotiations ramp up. And like a lot of people said, this could be a ploy from his agent getting out there saying, oh, we're far apart. But I don't know. I just think if they are far apart, they're far apart, right? And there's probably nothing that they can do to close that gap in the next 24 to 48 hours. And also, I could see why T's side would hold off, because you're about to see the whole wave of receivers getting extended over this next year. And there's no rush for him to sign now and get let. Like, you could be talking $10 million per year difference here in 2 years. So, I mean, to me, I can understand his side of it. And his agent's going to say, hey, and he's going to say, well, I'm kind of letting you handle this. I'm going out and balling and trying to win a Super Bowl this year.
Yep.
That's how T is. He's focused on Cleveland.
Yes.
Exactly. One time on the show here, I think it was on this show, I heard somebody was saying that maybe it's a possibility that T wants to play this year and worry about the contract next year. Maybe go win a Super Bowl this year. And if he gets a ring, maybe he goes somewhere else and he's wide receiver number 1. He takes that wide receiver number 1 money. I'm pretty sure I saw a guy on this show say that maybe that's a possibility. Who was that guy?
Is that you?
Well, it was a really good-looking motherfucker.
That had to be you, then.
He was a sexy-ass bitch. And he had them fucking beautiful yellow tinted glasses.
Oh,
what was that guy?
No, that wasn't you then.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, and it's possible, right? If he rides out the sea, I feel like we're headed down the Jesse Bates path if a deal's not done in the next 24 or 48. And that's not what I personally want. So don't attack me for saying that, because I know the frustration is high, but I just feel, that was Jolly. That's
my bad. It was Jolly. Sorry,
no, I agree with you, Dale. Like I say, I just can't believe just like that throw in the towel. You know,
I don't think they're giving up. I just think if they're not close, it's going to be like Jesse Bates, and it's eventually going to be a franchise tag. The agent will advise him to set out camp next season. And they may end up. Hey, if they really like Yoshi, and we've never said he's a replacement, but he has looked good. And Chuck Sizzle's shown some flashes as well, being a potential Boyd replacement. But are they going to draft somebody next year? Like, that would be the thing. Do they use a first or second round pick on a guy next year even? That would be more telling, kind of like they did with Dax Hill. It's like, well, Dax is here, So that'll be draft time. That'll be things that play out.
Like they probably have to, because Yoshi ain't it. He'll never be it.
He's just a 6th-round pick, right?
Yeah, he's just a 6th-round pick. He's fucking squirting water in people's mouths when they come off the field. That's what he's good at.
She's basically a career.
Right, Greg?
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, no, look. You're talking to the biggest Yoshi fan right here. I'm no moron, no. T is if you get T signed and all, like Yoshi he's done nothing to prove yet or anything like that whatsoever. I am like everybody else. I want to get T taken care of.
Jerome's saying I don't think he'll set out and maybe not, right? But I mean, the thing is, you're going to play like Bates was setting out, but he knew what he was going to do. He was ready to go week 1. Yep. We didn't have any issues with his play falling off. I'm just saying from the pure risk standpoint, if he's on a franchise tag, his thinking might change being on a franchise tag instead of a regular contract.
Let me ask.
Although that's a lot of money on a
It's
franchise
20.
tag
Isn't
for a
it 29?
receiver.
What the franchise tag for a wide receiver is 29 million, isn't it?
Well, it's only going to go up if Jefferson signs and these other guys
Right.
signs because it's the top 5 highest paid at the position is what sets the franchise tag.
I don't know if they do the franchise tag if it's that much money, and plus they're signing Chase next year.
And Chase said that he's ready for Jefferson to go set the market for him.
I'll bet he is.
No, Chase was honest. He's like, look, I'm not going to lie to you. I am paying attention to these contracts. Like when Tyreek Hill got $30 million, he says he's been paying attention. So, I mean, at least he's honest.
That's like good, bad, or not. You go back to the pieces of the pie that Mike Brown said. That's just what I go back to.
Right.
Because it's like, how do they have their pie divided? And they say, we only have this much of the pie for you, and it's this X amount of money, and that's it. And his agent's going, well, that's not good enough. And T's, we're going to hold off, and then it just may not get done. I think that's where we're at with it. But, hey, I hope it gets done.
Yeah.
I give him 25 per and not hesitate. 3, 4, 5 years and be happy.
How shocked would you be, Dale, if a deal was announced before kickoff Sunday? Bottom line.
Right at kickoff. They're good at announcing deals right when the fucking foot hits the ball.
I don't think I'd be – that's the thing. I don't think I'd be shocked. Like, I don't think I'm going to be shocked either way.
Yes.
Like, I could see it getting done because I think he's that important, and they've said that they think he's important. I tend to believe them.
I think that –
But I also – sorry, Chuck. I also understand from the agent side and the player side that you might get $10 million more per season by waiting a year or two. So I can understand either way if it gets done or doesn't get done.
Or he gets a ring and then goes out next year and he goes to down to Jacksonville.
Like Jolly said.
Like Jolly said. He gets a ring this year. He gets that beautiful Bengals Super Bowl ring this year. And then next year he's wide receiver 1 somewhere else. This is what I was going to say, playing devil's advocate, is there is a scenario where they do tell T, like, we're not even close, and we're not sure you're in our future plans. And he goes out this year, and he's like, yeah, motherfucker. He was like, I'll show you. And then he goes out and balls out. That's like locker room material. Not that I think that's what they're doing.
But that's the thing, though, when Duke said, get their own wide receivers, and they have no intention. If he's not in your future plans, why wouldn't you at least consider a trade to get,
yes. They could have got a lot of shit for him this offseason if that was the case. That's true. I forgot about that.
Like, that's the only part to me that I'm like, I don't know. I still tend to believe them. And then this is another one here from Carol saying that, Reader needs signed also. So that's the thing. Man, you want to make me just all over this whole room. You announce an extension for T and one for Reader before Sunday's game. And then we go out and kick the shit out of the Browns. And you talk about a fucking weekend, man.
And he sold a lot of jerseys, so he can't go anywhere. Stranger got one of his jerseys.
Yeah, and he just switched numbers to 5, damn it.
Yeah.
He can't be getting rid of T. No, and I agree. And his mom might come on our show sometime. So
plus, not only that, but, I mean, everybody just needs to chill the fuck out because months ago I read that the 5 deal was done.
Oh, geez.
So it's done. They're just putting the final touches on it.
Like I said, I just keep going back to what Duke Tobin said. Get your own receiver. That's all. And that was not that long ago. It was a month or 2 ago he said that. I mean, that's just my take on it.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, Greg. I mean, that's I just made the same point. You said it, and then I said it. Now you said it again.
I'll say it too. Let me tell you something. I also saw Duke Tobin say, "Get your own receivers. We're not helping any other team out."
Now we've all.
I'm just going to keep saying
it twice.
I'm going to keep saying it.
Hey, we're with you. We've all agreed.
Yeah, like I say, I get it. And the thing with reporting, look, it's not their job to be fans. They have to report news and all. And like I say, but part of that could be true. Like I say, I just don't believe. I
think the wording's bullshit. I'm sorry. I've defended her reporting and said I've said everything you're saying, Greg. Right. I have not once said anything about this woman. I don't really care if she's a fan of whatever.
No.
And your job is to report and whatever. It doesn't affect the actual team at the end of the day anyways.
No.
But I just thought that wording was kind of bullshit, that he's not in the Bengals' future plans.
Right.
I'm not buying that.
I'm not buying that.
No offense to her, but he's very important to this team now and going forward To me, that is the future this season,
right.
next season.
Why would you write that down? Yeah, right when the season's starting. That's what I didn't understand.
Lindsay agrees with Greg that Duke Tobin said,
I think everyone
we're not helping you out.
Bring up how Duke said that.
Right. Also, Carol remembers Duke saying that about we're not helping your team out. So people in the chat are saying the same thing.
I love you, Gregory.
Love you too.
All right, now we got a fucking game this week, boys.
We sure do. Goddamn,
the Battle of fucking Ohio, man.
Yes, we do.
Joe Burrow is signed. We're happy about that. Let's get that out of the way. He's practiced. They said he's good to go for the game. Another guy that was at practice.
That was jolly too.
Is Joseph Osai. Now he's not going to play this week, but man, we were worried that he was going on injury reserve, missing at least 4 games by doing that, going on injury reserve. He's back at practice, and Zach Taylor says things are trending up. He's not going to play this week, but good chance we got him for the home opener on September 17th, which just so happens to be my birthday and Bengals of Bourbon. For anybody looking to go down and tailgate and party on Lot 1,
I thought you were
an extra incentive and reason to go is you can do body shots off of Chop for my birthday.
Yeah, that's right. You can lick the salt right off my nipple.
That's not actually true, so don't.
I thought you were going to talk about my daughter's birthday being on the 17th and how I was going to dick her over by coming to Lot 1 and celebrating with my boy.
No, I just figured, you're screwing over enough because you're spending the day with me and Bengals of Bourbon instead of her. So
instead of her,
why even mention her, right? Who's your daughter at this point?
Who I don't have.
You got all these bastard sons you're going to see.
I know. I don't have any daughters. I got boyfriends that live here and rip the doors off my bathrooms.
Yeah, and you got to go fix it when the show's starting.
Right when the show starts, the perfect timing. Like, oh hey, let's take the floor off now. It's 3:30. Chris isn't doing anything.
Let's look at some key matchups, and we'll start with the one I put as the Greg disappears. He don't.
I know he's like key matchups.
He's like matchups. Fuck this. Y'all. We'll talk about the one that I put on the little thing, the little picture, whatever that's called. I can't think of it right now.
Little thumbnail.
Yeah, thumbnail. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. Nick Chubb and DJ Reader, so I put on there. So I think their running game, even though they have more weapons, they seem like they're going to pass the ball a little more. They'd be stupid not to utilize Nick Chubb, right? One of the best backs in the league. And if we let him get going, we've seen it, right? And the times we lose to them, Nick Chubb kind of runs wild. When we beat them last year on our home field, it seemed like we were able to contain Nick Chubb. So just what's your thoughts on that matchup, Chubb versus DJ Reader / the rest of the D-line and linebackers? The front seven, really, all of them. But DJ Reader plays a big part. So when he's in there or not is what I was kind of setting Greg up for, but it keeps disappearing.
No, I'm here, buddy. Go for it.
What are you doing in there with your nipples with your camera off, Greg?
Nothing.
No, he's like nothing. Right off the Notice that shirt's in a you got your shirt on backwards now, Greg.
Yeah.
What's that white stuff on it?
Right. What is that? Is that icing?
So Chubb, DJ Reader, the line, the difference maybe DJ Reader makes against Chubb, Greg. That's what I was tossed. Like I put that in there to toss to you.
Even Greg's trying to find a lot one. So yeah, obviously DJ Reader got the best of it last week. I mean, Chubb, in all fairness, Chubb's owned it the last couple of years. That's going to be, you could argue, the biggest key matchup is between those two. DJ Reader could be the most important player. Me and Chop were kind of discussing this Wednesday. We think he may be the most important player in Sunday's game.
Todd. I think that's fair. It all starts. You stop that run, and opens a lot of things up, doesn't it, Chop?
Yes, it does.
I think that's one of the biggest two matchups in the game coming up on Sunday. I don't know what the fuck he does when he turns off that camera.
Dude, what do you think Dale does most of the time?
I know what Dale does most of the time. I don't know what you're doing.
Repeaters, everyone knows.
I 100% know what Dale does when the camera's not on.
Right.
Yeah, but you don't have
and you sound so strange when you're off camera. You're like, yeah, don't worry about it.
He's a little bit distracted.
Yeah.
Right?
But yeah, Parker, I'm excited to see you too.
Yes, I am.
And Greg probably will try to fight you in the parking lot. And all he wants to do, Greg, is split some ass with you.
Yeah, I'll take you to get a nice piece of ass at Grader's, Parker.
What do you mean at Grader? He's talking about in Lot 1.
Oh, yeah,
Lot
1.
You got to bring some of that Grader's ass to Lot 1, Greg.
Who day to Rodney? Who day, man? I know everybody's got to be just fucking excited for football, right?
Man, I was excited last night, and that was goddamn Kansas City and fucking Detroit.
But it's also hard for me because Well, it's not hard, but you know what I'm saying.
It's going to be hard on Sunday.
Yes, because I'm so excited, and I just want to watch the Bengals play, though. It's like, but it is nice watching the Chiefs lose, but I don't sleep.
Oh, my God. One fucking day, in Who Day fucking Nation, Joe Burrow signs a contract making him the highest paid fucking player. Not by like $1 million, by like fucking was it $2 million fucking
Well,
dollars.
and whatever. I want to get to what Chris Crowley said earlier about they put in like an extra $10,000 or something.
Yeah.
Guarantee.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what that's for, Chris. The answer to that,
it's
I
for
have
us.
no idea.
It's to sponsor the show, probably.
Oh, that's the $10K to sponsor us.
$10K to sponsor
life.
Bengals and Brews.
Yeah,
it's for our beer
5
fund.
ways.
Our beer
We're
fund.
rich. We made it, boys.
That's right.
We made it.
Split 5 ways. We can quit our jobs.
And then in the same day after they signed Joe Burrow, in the same game, they announced that thing right at kickoff, and then the Chiefs lose. And it ain't and we all thought that first drive was because Detroit come out looking like a badass, but then they did not. Then they simmered down. But and then the Chiefs lose. So what a day. What a fucking day for us yesterday. And then Sunday, gonna be the cream on top of the cake.
I like cream.
I love cream. I'm pretty sure BSG's whipping up a batch of cream right now.
Yeah. Fresh batch.
Yeah.
Oh, we got money. Foxy's back with his money.
Look, we got Joe Burrow's $10,000, and now we got Foxy pitching in.
And Foxy don't even have a question. He just has a comment. So for the podcast listeners, he said, the Ratbirds are going down in 9 days while we are partying with Dell. Who day?
Who day?
Hey, I love that, Foxy. And thank
you, Foxy. We're going to put that $5 is going directly into Dale's birthday fund. It'll be turned into
It's going to Derek taking his wife to the Biltmore again.
It'll be turned into 1/3 of a stadium beer. And by that, I mean when Derek's done drinking it, he'll hand the can to Dale and he'll get the swill in the bottom. Because Derek will be using the money to buy the beer.
I know my place. It's fine.
Yeah.
Another matchup.
Will.
Well, before we can go on, I feel like with other matchups, I feel like we need to mention Denzel Ward apparently is going to play.
Good.
I don't know about that decision with the concussions. It's kind of like we talked about with Tua.
They're scared.
He's in a place to where he's having a lot of concussions and could be career-ending type stuff, but they keep trotting him back out there. And he just now got cleared. So, I mean, he is cleared, but so is Tua. I don't know. I just wonder. I'm just a little worried for Denzel Ward. I mean, he was a Buckeye, and I'm a homer, so
yeah,
I do like Denzel Ward, but not now that he's on the Browns, because fuck the Browns.
Now fuck that guy.
But I do appreciate the ones that tune in and make comments under the show. Hey, we had like 400 views on that one show the other day, and I was like, well, shit, what did we do last week? That was a last-minute thrown-together show. 400 views. I'm like, what the hell? Nothing but hater comments from Browns fans. So thank you.
Yeah. Hey.
Thank you.
Fucking cocksuckers.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I had written down Chase versus Newsome ? Because I didn't know about Denzel Ward. Then later it said Denzel Ward is going to play. So do you guys think he matches up with Chase more? I think he does, but so Newsome, and my guess is Newsome was fucking hoping for that. So if Ward can do something against Chase, then he can come over and celebrate and be like, yeah, I told you we kept receipts.
You're
It's
right.
like, shut the fuck up, you little bitch.
Yeah.
So what's your thoughts on the whole Newsome being a little bitch / Denzel Ward playing with the concussion issues?
I think they got 51 little bitches on that team. The only ones I'm going to take out that aren't little bitches, I'm going to say Nick Chubb and Myles Garrett. The rest of them, fuck them.
Yeah, but you were asleep, right? So you didn't see Myles Garrett. He's mad about Jamar Chase saying about the elves.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's your fucking logo in the middle of your field, you dumbasses.
Yeah, you got the fucking Keebler elf on there making cookies and fucking sponsoring or being the fucking mascot of your football. It is an elf.
But anyway, so Myles Garrett said, well, I'm going to have a talk with him before or after the game or maybe even, which apparently he was joking. I didn't see the video of it, whatever. Then I made a joke about swing, but watch out, he'll swing his helmet at you. And then there's some Cleveland media was like, oh, how long did it take you to come up with that joke?
Yeah. Did you tell him like 5 minutes?
Yeah, like immediately, but no.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything to him.
5.1 it's 5.13 seconds.
I can't help it. Myles Garrett almost murdered someone on a football field. That happened, okay? It happened. You can't pretend it didn't happen.
The Cleveland Keeblers.
Yeah, I like that name for them. But I feel like talking some good shit right now because of all the hater comments. Usually I'm like, good luck, whatever. You got a good roster. I'm very friendly to people. But you start throwing the shots and you start saying our show's trash, which, hey, maybe it is. We don't really give a fuck. We have fun doing it. We got people that support us. So that's all we care about. We don't care about your fucking Cleveland Clowns.
You're right.
No, show.
We don't care.
Well, you're fucking barking at what? You're barking at your fucking wall, you little fucking pussy ass.
Shut
Why don't you shut the fuck up? Why don't you go take out the trash? Get out your mom's fucking basement. Fucking see the sunlight for once.
Yeah.
Fucking touch the grass. Stop sucking fucking your mom's tit your whole life. And fucking grow up, you fucking dog pound loving sons of
knock
bitch,
off
you
the
fucking
felching.
cocksucking motherfuckers.
Also,
Right.
knock off the felching over there.
I had to let that out.
Yeah.
I feel better.
Parker. Who cares about the Keeblers? They're just in the way.
God, I hope we beat that. That's
Yeah.
one team. They do have a good roster. I will say.
Oh, thanks, Matt. Says the show's definitely not trash, but we're doing our best to make it trash.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're like one notch above trash, and we're
Right.
fine with that.
Yeah, we're cool. Trash day, Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Yes, it is.
We're trash, man. I don't care. I'm going to get trash. It's fucking Friday.
Hey, long as I'm on here having fun with my dudes, man, that's all I
Hey,
get.
Dale, should we play the song Friday by that Rebecca Black that got so many bad reviews? Friday. Yeah, no. Nah.
Well, at least I got it, Greg. Some people, would have been like, what are you talking about?
No, Pork Chop has no idea what that was.
I have no idea about
He's
that.
so old. Pork Chop here's so old, so he didn't know what the hell we were talking about.
Yeah.
Another matchup we got to mention. We'll go back to football, and then we'll
Okay.
talk more shit toward the end. But Orlando Brown Jr. versus
That was
Myles
my
Garrett.
number two. That was my number
Yeah,
two
it was
matchup.
actually my number two, but then I kind of skipped down to the Denzel Ward for a minute.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be right. He's only given up one sack, which I hate that keeps floating out there. I feel like that's one
Right,
of them
yeah.
bad things. Like,
5
stop.
matchups.
But we also keep hearing Myles Garrett is basically averaging 2 sacks per game against the Bengals with Joe Burrow and all these pressures and this and that. So something has to give one way or the other in that matchup. What are you guys looking forward to seeing with that?
Well, I've seen them move Myles Garrett around, so if they don't have any luck on that left side, they might move him around a little bit. But
They have Zadarius Smith. He's good too. That's what I'm
Man,
saying. They do have a good D-line.
if
No,
I'm
they-
at
they-
if
they
I'm at
got-
RJ Cinema when fucking Orlando Brown pancakes Myles Garrett, my fucking penis will be outside of my trousers. I'm taking it out.
You're Pee
And
Wee
I'm
Herman
jacking
it. He
Huh?
did just pass away. You're gonna Pee Wee Herman the hell out of
I'm
that.
doing
thing,
it, man. Right into the movie theater because come on, man. As soon as Myles Garrett gets pancaked by
R.I.P. Paul
Orlando,
Rubens.
by my boy Zeus, my best friend Zeus, it's gonna happen. Watch your beers. Put your hand over the top.
Hey, shout out to
That
Russell.
way you
right
don't get
here.
any floating.
Because that's going to be one hell of a load. This man hasn't got laid in 5 years, guys.
That's right, man.
That load's gonna be-
I'm gonna fill your cup.
Of course, that Burrow contract took you there on the video. I see.
One theater, one cup.
All the cups.
All of them. I'm gonna be spraying.
But yeah, Greg was saying, Russell, yeah, dude, thank you, sir. Unless you don't give a damn. Yeah. Well, a little bit. I mean, we don't want people to hate us, and we
No.
don't want to be assholes to people.
But we
love
definitely
our players. We love our team. We love the players' families. Like, we love what people do for charity. We love people. We love
Yeah.
trying to help people. We love talking to people, and we love each other at the end of the day quite a bit.
that's right. we
No,
do.
or little, whatever.
I've had my finger in your butt.
Hey, we didn't have to talk about that on here.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Maybe I didn't.
Scratch that.
Rewind. Rewind. This
Never
is recorded or live?
Shit, it is live.
Oh.
But anyways, yeah. So thoughts on that matchup, Greg? How is Orlando Brown going to do versus Myles Garrett? What is your prediction?
Well, I think now, Dale, this is where you correct me. He's only given up 3 sacks in his career against Myles Garrett. Is that true? One. Oh, there you go. That's even better. I mean, so it'll be interesting. Myles Garrett. I've always stated this. I think he's the best pass rusher in the league, hands down. On Lutherisms, I compared him to a steak, but he was surrounded with crappy vegetables, meaning he had not really much of a supporting cast around him. He might have that this year, like you just said, with Darius Smith, along with a couple others.
Dalvin Tomlinson. Who's the vet they picked up late? But he's Shelby Harris.
Yes, Shelby Harris. And so their defensive line has secretly gotten better this offseason Our offensive line is really going to be like I was texting you one time. The offensive line is going to be put to the test.
This is the matchup. And that's what we could expand it out from Brown versus Garrett. It is our O line revamped. Jonah on the right, Orlando Brown here. Karras, Kappa, Volson, who played really well in the interior, versus their new D line added 3 different pieces to Myles Garrett, who's a beast. We'll give him that. That's a hell of a matchup. The O-line, D-line matchup is going to be – I mean, that's a wet dream for a guy like Parker Blake.
Hell yeah.
That's and that's why y'all got to check out his stuff on Chatterbox Sports, pregame, postgame, all that. And he just said on Twitter, man, we love Parker.
And he'll be on – that kickoff is going to be Sunday for that new program that Parker's doing.
Yes, absolutely.
I think it's the fourth quarter. Tell me if I'm wrong, Parker, but – don't you guys
Toward
come
the
in?
end, yeah, they're going to go live. I think, he said him and at least 2 of them were going to be going live toward the end of the game.
Just Eric, right? Is just Eric the other one?
Yeah, but I don't know. There was only 2 of them that was going to be on toward the end of the game.
2 at a time, right? And they're going to flip around because Parker's not going to be going on the fourth quarter on your birthday.
He's going to be there.
Because he's going to be there.
Because he's coming from Utah.
That's
just make sure he loved me in the parking lot.
I'll be seeing
all
Parker
the way from Utah.
I'll be sharing a house with Parker next weekend.
Oh, that'd be so nice. You guys sharing the same room?
No.
Oh.
What?
You're gonna have a late night PSAS with him though, ain't you?
You're sharing a house with him? Are you putting him upstairs in the hot area? I'm confused.
Kidding.
Oh.
Hey, Jolly, not to get off subject here, but Jolly's right.
Yeah, I had that written down, so.
For late.
Yes, Gary Owens Smart. 10 a.m., guys. 10 a.m. We're going to preview the whole season with Gary because it's Gary. We're only going to get him on, once per season. The man, he is unfortunately in Buffalo because that is where he is touring currently, and he's there the whole weekend. So he's got stuff tonight, stuff tomorrow night, stuff I think Sunday even. But so that's why we're going to have him on so early at 10. It works for his schedule. He can get us out of the way for the serious business. But
and there should be some funny shit go on because he's a funny man.
Well, even if not, Gary loves the Bengals.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Shit, I didn't even have that written down. You guys need to make sure you remember this.
I already know what you're gonna say.
He did the team thing. Maybe we can get a little insight into that. He performed for the team this year.
Yes, he did.
He doesn't always do that. I know he's talked about wanting to do that, and T-Robe always does it for Pittsburgh. That tours with him. He did it for the Bengals this year, so maybe he'll give us some insight. Maybe he'll fuck off.
Maybe he could roast us too.
I don't want him to roast me.
You think he'll need a shower after that? After a roasting by Gary Owens? I'm gonna have him roast fucking Greg's chair. He can roast that chair, Greg.
Yeah, Greg, you better not move in that fucking chair with Gary on tomorrow.
Greg told me one time that he mutes his when he wants to move in the chair, he'll mute his fucking microphone and move in the chair. And
I'll have to get a replacement chair for tomorrow.
I told Greg that chair is part of the show. You can't get rid of that chair now.
Yeah, but when Gary's coming on, I have to have a replacement.
When you get a permanent replacement for that chair, we're gonna raffle it off for charity.
I like this from Russell also. Biggest thing is no turnovers. Yeah, if we don't turn the ball over, And I think on the opposite side, forcing a couple turnovers from Deshaun Cosby will be very important. So if we can get 2 or 3 turnovers from
eating them pudding pops on the sideline.
Fuck that guy, right?
Pop. You put roof and all in the pudding pop.
The judge did call me a sexual predator. But I still got away with it pretty much.
If the condom don't fit, you must have quit.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That was
reaching.
That was something. Another key matchup.
Anyway, he's a piece of shit, and he's not accurate, and he hasn't played fucking football. He played
he's going to turn over at least 3
times.
He
fucking sucked at, and 2 years before that.
1 fumble, 2 interceptions, I'm calling it.
So, fuck him. Karma, bitch.
1 forced fumble, sacked by Henderson, and then 2 interceptions. Cam Taylor Britt's at least get 1 of those interceptions, and then we'll see. Maybe Cheeto, maybe Mikey Hilton, maybe a safety, maybe a Dax Hill interception.
Hey, I want CTB, man. Pick up where he left off.
Oh, yeah.
CTB is going to be great. Another key matchup. I don't have him on any of these, but you could say him versus whoever. I could see him going against Amari Cooper if that's who their number one is, especially for this week. If they're wanting to ease Cheeto a little bit, but if not, then give him Peoples Jones. I feel good about the matchup against their guys.
I feel great about our corners.
I feel good our defense versus their offense.
Mm-hmm.
The key matchup for us is that offensive line versus their defensive line. Don't let them wreck the game against us, and we'll be good.
Another key theory, Dale, I'm not going to say his name, keep the Browns quarterback in the pocket.
Yeah, don't let him loose to run. I agree with that, Greg. That's one of my two matchups I had left. I have Irv Smith versus Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. They're a very speedy linebacker that they have. I don't know if he'll be matched up with him all the time, but I want to see Irv Smith with 5-6 catches in this game. They don't have to be huge gainers, but they could be like Hayden Hurst, right?
Yeah.
When he really needed a first down, 3rd and 3, boom, you get the first down. So I'm hoping Irv Smith continues and does that for us this Sunday.
Yes.
But I had written down Watson versus Wilson. It may not just be Wilson. It may be other people, but I think Wilson may be that spy on him throughout the game some to make sure that he's not getting those big runs. So that's one I had too, Greg. So I'm glad you mentioned that. Do you want to expand on
Sam Hubbard?
Yeah, no, I'll expand on that. Yeah, like I say, I mean, you see Watson, the Cleveland Browns quarterback out of the pocket. I mean, he's dangerous out of the pocket, I mean, what?
He's got his camera off.
Mix another drink.
Oh, yeah. Okay, fine. Yeah. So, okay. Yeah, no, like I say, you just can't let him out of the pocket. When he's out of the pocket, someone's going to be wide open, and he can launch the ball far. Just keep him in the pocket as much as you can. That is another big key issue. What's up, Cameron? Long time no see, buddy.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
Hell yeah, man. We were ready for the game Sunday, bud. It's going to be awesome, man. So happy, buddy. Glad to see you're back in the chat, Cameron. But, yeah, obviously our first priority is stop the running game, but do not let Watson out of the pocket.
I agree 100%, except for the fact that Watson's going to fail anyway. He's a piece of shit. And please, God, I'm not a big believer in karma, but the one time that it happens, let it happen to this fucking piece of shit. That's why we can't get super monetized and make big time money here, because we got to talk about Deshaun Watson, and I got to refer to him as a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, no.
The profanity. I can't help it. I got to come out with profanity when I'm talking about him, but I don't think he's going to be great, man.
Well, like I said, we got
to hold that team back. That team's got an all-star roster, to be honest.
You got – I was going to say, man, the Browns, man, they got a great roster, man. You got to treat this team like it's we treat every game serious, but treat this as like it's a big playoff game, like it's a big division game, like it's down to who wins the division. I mean, I'll be honest with you, Chap. When I saw we were playing Cleveland first, I'm like, gosh dang it, this is what we're going up against, Cleveland and Baltimore. I know we started out last year 0-2, and we ended up doing just fine, but you just can't start out 0-2 here against your division just like that. We have to win at least one of these games. I want to win both these games. I'm expecting to win both these games. As nervous as I get, we will win both.
I expect to win both of them, but you don't go into it 100% with either one of these teams going, no, that's a fucking guaranteed W.
No, so Dale, what do you expect?
But I want to add to what you're saying there. I do think that the division is improved this year. Even Pittsburgh, I think, is way better this year than they were last year.
Because Darnell Washington.
Oh, Jesus, you and your Darnell Washington. But that's you cannot go 0-2 this year, Greg. When you said that, that's why I was like wanting to pop in and say you cannot this year for sure.
No.
Not two division games back to back. I mean, that second one was Dallas, and it's what is that right, or was that your?
Yes, first Pittsburgh, then Dallas. Yes.
And then I agree with this from Jeffrey Rice. Looks just like Jerry's son, Jeffrey. Keep Burrow cleaner than Mahomes last night. Yeah, that our line, man. I feel much better about our line. And then Hutchinson's a beast, man. That's why he got drafted so early. He went to Michigan, but I don't care to admit it. He wrecked Ohio State like that. Really good about our special teams. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. At the end of the day, we do have Money Mac. who looked great in preseason.
Absolutely.
To the game, I'll get home. Yes, sir. Homecoming at church, Cameron. You know, we love you, buddy.
Me too.
All right, Greg. Sorry, just want to catch up on the comment.
No. But I thank you for doing that.
What were you saying? You all lost all train of thought because of me.
No, because I was just saying our first priority is stop the running game, but don't let don't let the Browns quarterback out of the pocket.
Right.
You cannot afford that. He's got a strong arm. I mean, like Watson, I know he made some play, but like, I don't know what to expect of him this year. That's going to be their biggest mystery. Is he going to get back to how he was a couple of years ago? That's the biggest question.
Yeah, because you did see some flashes last season of the player he was a couple years ago. Regardless of all the off-field stuff, he is a damn good player. 3 years ago or 4 years ago, whatever it was, he had basically an MVP season.
Yes, he did.
So if he gets back to that with the rest of their roster, they're going to be dangerous. I mean, that's the truth of it.
Yes,
but I don't know that he'll ever get back to that. And especially if he's getting his fucking brains bashed in by Trey Hendrickson here multiple times this game, because that's going to happen.
And Dale, let's go back to Burrow's contract. Watson's guaranteed $240 million. Burrow's guaranteed $219 million. So, the Browns quarterback, that is. But yeah. So I mean,
no, you said it, Greg. I saw it. I'm gonna clip it. You said Watson.
Oh, I'll say the name.
He's a player in the NFL.
Trust me,
nothing
I'm
we
not
can do about it.
Everyone knows if you go back and watch last year's shows, like, have a very tough time with a lot of that whole thing. But new year, moving on.
Yeah.
Juan Thornhill. I don't know. I think he's more the doubtful side. I don't know if he's been ruled completely out, but he popped up on their injury list. Safety they got from Kansas City, so. If he's out, that could be a little bit of a loss for the Browns in their secondary.
Yes.
Ward is supposed to play, but now he might be out. So, honestly, Denzel Ward's a damn good player. What, Greg?
I thought he was expected to play. I read a report he was expected to play.
Ward is.
Yeah, Ward is expected to play.
Yeah, Ward's expected to play, and Thornhill.
Okay, you said Ward was going to play, but you said he might be out. Okay, I got confused. My bad.
Yeah, Ward's playing.
Yeah. All right. So, thoughts of Juan Thornhill, will he make a difference if he plays or not, honestly?
No. I mean, Juan Thornhill, what did he really do against us in the past? Not much.
I think them having Ward is bigger for them.
Yes, having Ward. But, if you want my personal opinion, with his concussion history, I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I don't know any of this stuff, but, I don't know.
So I did for a little while, Cameron.
I did watch the end.
But I fell asleep. I'm old and I got to work. And
I watched, but I'm not gonna lie, I was distracted, like on X and doing different shit, But I watched the game.
Well, Dale, I want to point out something about that game quickly. Chris Jones, they said their defense is awesome. I've said this before. Chris Jones has every right to ask for what he's worth, because you see we've all witnessed now what it's like without him on that defense.
Yeah.
No, and they should not pay him. They should just let him go.
I'm
saying that as a Bengals fan.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, because
depending on where he goes.
That was another stat, was like his pressure rate compared to the pressure rate they had last night. Like, he doubles it by himself.
Yep.
It's ridiculous.
He was there at the game last night, though.
Yeah, with the fucking Mafia. If that's his agents, people were like, they look like fucking Sopranos extras.
Right.
Like, what the fuck's going on here? And then was Aiden Hutchinson's parents at the game last night?
Yeah, they were there. They were mic'd up. They mic'd up his parents. What?
Like, they kept showing him and micing up parents, man. Come on, we gotta get Mama T.
Oh my God!
Yes.
If we're micing up parents,
yes,
they know better than to mic her up.
You talk the most passionate fan out of all of the Bengals parents. You talk about the most passionate fan there is.
I'd like to see, personally, Cam Taylor Britt's
that too.
Parents, because I love them very much. But I think for just pure content, Mama T, that woman brings the heat.
Hey, T will hear that and he'll go, Mama. You shouldn't have said that. And she'll say, I'm a grown woman, T. I'll say whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
We got to get Mama T mic'd up.
We
NFL,
got-
if you're going to mic up the
Yeah.
Hutchinson family, we got to get Mama T mic'd up. Plain and simple.
We just need to get her a thing to record it, and we'll mic her up. Bengals and Brews mic'd up. Just give her Mama T and let her sit in the stands, and we'll get some clips off of it. We need to do that.
That'd be awesome.
It's got to happen.
Yeah.
It's got to happen.
It's not going to, but it is.
I want to get a couple predictions here before we end this episode. I mean, we still, it's 15, 20 minutes, whatever, however long you guys want to do. I want to go around the horn and get player of the game predictions. That way, if we're right, we can be like, hey, we were right. And I'm going to give mine first so you guys can't steal it. So write it down.
Go for it.
I'll go with Joe Mixon.
Hey, I like it.
All right.
I wouldn't have stole that one from you, but I like it.
16 carries. That's not that many, right? That's 68 yards. We could see that, right?
Yeah.
And a touchdown. Then in the passing game, though, he's going to have 4 catches and 43 yards because we saw him show up and put up good yardage as a receiver from the backfield last year.
Yes, we did.
I honestly think that my numbers may be underestimating what he's going to do on Sunday.
I think so. What's that? 111 total yards, all purpose. Man, that'd be great.
Nice mental math there, Port Chop.
I know, like on the spot, like you caught me when I was fresh.
I thought your brain was fried.
I woke up today early at 2:30 because I predicted my fucking bathroom door was going to come off the hinges and I'd have to go fix it. Which, by the way, it's no good when you got one screw left over, right?
It happens all the time.
I know I got one screw left over, so
as long as you got other ones in.
I do. I put other screws in, but I got this one screw left. What about you, Greg?
So Mixon's my player of the game.
Player of the game for me, I'm going to go to the guy that just made fun of the L's. I think I'm going to go. He when he did against Denzel Ward last year, we finally
for the podcast listeners. That's Jamar Chase. He's never going to say the name. I was waiting.
No, it's Jamar. What Jamar did last year against Denzel Ward. I mean, that was just awesome. I think he's going to just come out. I'm going to say 114 yards receiving, 2 touchdowns.
Hey, that's pretty good. I like
2 tutties would be huge, and it's almost what we expect out of Jamar, right?
Yes,
right. And if he comes out the first
100 yards
game,
and 2 touchdowns is like
nothing to him.
That's
he comes out the first game, man, gets that, over 100 yards and 2 touchdowns right off the bat. Please, come on. And Joe, especially missing, part of the preseason, not playing any preseason. Not that he was going to play any preseason games anyway, but just come out and our fucking team just clicks like that and Jamar gets 2 touchdowns. Please.
And that's the thing with him being out a little bit. Does he go back to old reliable? Old reliable is Jamar.
Yep.
That he just hits and maybe that 100 yards is like 11 catches, 100 yards, 2 tutties. He's feeding him whether it's short passes or what. He's just his go-to. All right, Chop.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, Greg.
I don't know if you could. Is Greg going?
No, go ahead. Go.
Oh, I don't know.
Everyone go at the same time.
Ready? Go. Now, I don't know if you could predict who my guy was going to be, but my player of the game is every time we play the fucking Browns, there's a wrecking ball involved in our plans. And what's that wrecking ball's name, Dale?
He came in like a wreck. Oh,
fucking right.
Miley Cyrus.
This year we got the answer. Right here. That's mine. That's my player of the game because
he's not going to let Myles Garrett wreck the game.
Yeah.
He's not going to let Myles Garrett wreck this fucking game. Orlando Brown's going to come in and he is going to show Myles Garrett what the fuck is up, man. And after this game, it's going to be step one sack in 6 games now is my prediction on Monday morning. 1 sack in 6 games.
And then when he gets back in town, you guys will probably have lunch together.
We probably will.
Absolutely.
We'll probably go get that chopped cheese sandwich because he called me on the phone and said, hey, if Greg ain't going to fucking pay up on his bets, I'll take you, Chop. Nothing like taking Chop for a chopped cheese sandwich.
Yeah.
at the Day Lily. He said, I know Greg is a fucking welcher on his bets, so
Yeah.
I got you. And he got me a foxtail.
By the way, did you guys? Well, no, I got a story to tell when we're done talking about this. There's a story that happened with me today. You just can't make up.
Well, let's fucking get to it. Then. You can't
Okay.
tease that.
Okay, so you know how
hold on. This is sponsored by lung cancer. This break.
So, for people that don't know, when I always try to get up early in the morning when I get to work early in the morning, I like to post pictures of myself wearing Bengals gear when I say, "Rule the jungle, Who Day." Well, I button my shirt and I put my phone on the dump.
No, this motherfucker thinks he's a gangster. He's got like
no, stop.
He's like putting gun signs up.
No, so I put my phone in the dumpster in front of my car, like I'm just like, all right, rule the jungle, this, that, and the other, Who Day. Like I'm showing my stripes at work. Then I find out later on that some students or a faculty member, they didn't know what the hell I was doing, so they called security on me. Yeah.
Well, you shouldn't have an AK out on school property.
But I didn't have anything out. There was nothing I had.
I thought this motherfucker was a gangster on school property, an active shooter today at his workplace at 6 a.m.
No, 6:40 in the morning to be exact.
I mean, honestly, will he kill a motherfucker? Yeah, look at him.
No, man, I was just trying to post for a picture. And Dale, you know what I'm going to be? I'm going to be back there again come Monday with the Monday Fun Day shirt.
Imagine if you come in with a bandana on.
Well, I could have worn my that BSG bandana. Really would have made me look.
Your headband, yeah, they would have been like, "Oh no!"
Yeah, no, like really, a coworker might come up to me and said, "The security guy called on you." Like, what?
They called him immediately. They were like, "No, that's just Greg."
Yeah, no, he's doing. No. It's so some people say, "Oh, Greg's just doing Bengal porn." Don't worry.
Is that a thing?
No. I'm kidding.
So you got fired?
What?
You got fired for being an active shooter?
No, I didn't get fired. I didn't even get report. I didn't even get called in or anything. It was just.
Can you get
that's usually the way it works.
Guns?
First, they do an investigation, Greg. So they're probably investigating right now. You'll be fired here in a few days.
Then you are.
I've been fired before.
Porn.
Yeah.
Wow.
Damn, Greg. How many years you been there?
15.
Damn,
well,
15 years down the drain just because you would shoot air guns and.
I didn't even have a. Oh my God.
Was it?
No, he didn't have. There was no guns. It was finger. It was his fingers doing.
Oh, he goes because he.
Yeah, I was doing this. I was doing this.
Oh, it's double barrel.
Yeah,
double barrel finger.
And they were like, "Oh, what's that guy doing?"
No, like they said, security was looking for me, and apparently I fled the scene. I mean, you just can't make this up.
He fled the scene. We saw him on a tractor. High-speed chase. He's on a tractor. He just mowed down 3 ducks.
I did use the tractor today. I did use our tractor today to get a tree down. So
I'll bet those ducks learned how to fucking dial the phone, and they called on your ass, Greg. They knew it was tractor day.
Well, no, this wasn't the first time I had security called on me.
I'll bet.
Because some person thought I was chasing her with a chainsaw when I had a leaf blower in my hand. I had a leaf blower.
What?
I had a leaf blower. They're like some guy out there's chasing me with the chainsaw. I'm like, no.
What time was this?
This was like at 7 a.m. See, I was running down trying to get the leaf blower before the students come in, and I guess some student just assumed that I was chasing her.
You were running with the leaf blower?
I was not running. I was power walking.
Like you're like, woo!
I was blowing leaves, and like even the supervisor even said, "Are you sure it wasn't a leaf blower? Because we do have people that operate leaf blowers in the morning." No, it was a chainsaw. This guy was chasing me. I was wearing a light blue shirt. I mean, let's think realistic. Why would I wear a light blue shirt? I mean, I don't.
Fucking millennials, right, Greg?
I'm a millennial. We're both millennials, Dale.
Jeffrey, we appreciate the football talk, but we're talking about Greg and his job and serial killers and getting fired from work.
So, but Laporta and Gibbs, to be fair, to Jeffrey.
And that's two people we had on the radar before the draft
to
come here to Cincinnati, too.
No. But like I say, I understand people got to take stuff seriously, but I'm just showing off my Bengals pride. I got a fever, and that's Bengals.
That's the thing. You've done that for so long, but
every day.
Better be safe than sorry.
No. Better be safe.
So you're not gonna do it anymore?
No, I'll do it. I'll just do it in the bathroom or something, or somewhere where there's no witness.
Oh my God, they put you in the closet. They put Big Savage in the closet.
Well, no, because sometimes when I take pictures, I do it inside the school. But one time I was doing a picture, and the last second I heard somebody coming, and I ran off.
You should just go into the classroom. Just walk into a classroom in the front with everybody sitting there, and then put your phone like this with all them in the background, but like snap a fucking shot.
What's that very articulate, man?
I
got to get like this look right here and all that, but
tell one of the students hold your phone, like take.
But Dale, that's Sunday, Monday. That Monday Fun Day shirt. I'll be wearing.
Got a lot of use out of that because the Bengals win games.
But then Dale refuses to sell the shirt to anybody else because I was the only one that bought that shirt, or
no, that one sold.
You got to start selling it more, bro.
I don't sell shirts anymore.
Okay, gotcha. I hear you. I'm just saying it's a good shirt. I'm saying that as a compliment.
Thank you.
And
I don't even have one of those.
Yeah, but you don't have one?
No, I have a Brew Day one.
I'm going to be tagging you in those. But yeah, man, as long as I may quit doing it by the dumpster. See, students, I guess, got there early in the morning. They're like, what the hell is he doing? But what the hell? I just didn't know what the hell I was doing to be a threat to society.
There's a lot of reasons you're a threat to society.
No, Russell, we're not sure if he's a predator or not. We're just going along with it.
Greg, there's plenty of reasons.
We don't want murdered. We don't want to end up another body buried under the fucking house.
Yeah, so I don't know. But like I said,
by the dumpster's not one of them.
I think all better safe than sorry thing. But I just want everybody to know I'm not a threat to society. The only threat I am is a Bengals. I'm just a Bengals fan. That's all.
It's true.
That's all.
Right.
I show my stripes off every single day.
And
although when you were golfing, he was probably a threat to everyone when he was golfing.
Well, I was a threat to hurt somebody. Yeah, but I'm surprisingly I was doing a lot better. Like I had bourbon I said, okay, what do I do? How do I hit? And then I remember first he gave me a women's club, and I was doing better with a women's club better than a men's club. And then
with it.
So I know, but then Jess helped me out. Jess gave me a left-handed driver because I told him I was left-handed. So they're like, what's that?
Those Cap.
Yeah, but
you just got one because Cap needed one, or you've been hitting right-handed all night.
Right, and they're like, Greg, put the ball on the tee. The tee wasn't working, and I'm like, you know what? Screw this, man. I'm just gonna hit the hell out of this ball, and I got it. And
I'm just trying to picture Bengals and Bourbon behind you giving you swing lessons.
He didn't give me any swing lessons. I just did it on my own. I mean,
all in the hips.
No, he really. Yeah. I was saying he's all in the hips.
He's like all behind him. Like
no. He really didn't give me any tips. I just said, you know what the hell?
He gave you the tip
because when I was going, I let them know I'd never hardly ever golf. They said, don't worry about it. But let me tell you guys something. It was for a great charity, Anthony Munoz.
Yeah. Speaking of, when's he coming on the show? You booking?
No, I didn't.
What the hell, Greg? That's the whole reason you were going, right? You were going to get Anthony Munoz.
Man, didn't you learn anything? Look,
I'm recruiting for 2 shows here,
Greg, you didn't learn shit from going to training camp with fucking Jeff. You asked every goddamn person down there to be on your show. You hound the shit out of them.
Yeah, you don't leave them alone until they hate you.
Right,
you
exactly.
hide in their bushes.
Oh, so it's okay if they hate me, right?
Yeah, it's not.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. No, we'll be like, hey, we told him not to help.
Right. We'll be like, when they get on the show, we'll be like, sorry about Greg. We're sorry for Greg.
Right, exactly. But no, it was for a great
cause.
We'll
make sure he's not on here for the interview.
It was for a great cause. It was such a great time. Even if you're not a golfer, Top Golf is so much fun to attend.
I watched it.
Yeah, I know. You were like, weren't you the one watching or something?
That went live, and I watched. I saw Greg hit his balls. I saw him whack the ball.
I was hitting some balls. I hit 8 balls at a time, 10 balls at a time. I was balls on fire.
I like this question because I was thinking about inactives and actives. If we want to try to predict it, it's probably hard to do because I don't have the roster right in front of me. But
Yoshi will probably be active because
I don't think he will.
Higgins isn't part of the Bengals' future plans.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
I think Murphy will be active. I don't know if he would have been had Osai been playing in this game.
Chase
so
Brown
we'll go. Well, let's go down the list. So first rounder Murphy, I say active. You guys agree?
Yes.
Yeah.
Second rounder is
active.
DJ Burner.
Come on now.
Juan Drago. I think active. I think he could see some snaps as the fourth corner. Especially if they're like, well, we want to limit Cheeto's snaps for any reason. Then he's going to get in there and he's going to be playing outside corner.
He's not only going to be active, he's going to be active AF.
He's going to be active. plus special teams with this 4.2 speed.
Yep, there you go.
He's going to be out there. So third round pick was Jordan Battle, active.
Active.
He's special team staple, if nothing else, but I could see him rotating in for some defensive snaps as well.
Yes.
Depends on Nick Scott, right? Nick Scott's kind of a great unknown for us right now.
Oh, yeah.
We just hear he's a good, solid veteran, but we haven't seen him play. We know really nothing about Nick Scott.
Right. We've seen Jordan Battle play, though.
In this defense, on this team. Jordan Battle was hit or miss in preseason with defensive snaps. So I do hope Nick Scott let Jordan Battle kind of ramp up. I think he's going to get better as the season goes. Yeah. But I think he's going to be a stud on special teams and make plays on special teams. Fourth rounder was – who was our fourth rounder?
Charlie Jones.
Yeah, Charlie Jones.
Chuck Sizzle.
Active.
He'll be active.
Well, he's supposed to be our main punt returner, right? And he's listed as second at kick returner, but we don't really know if he's going to do any kick returns, which kick return has the fair catch rule now, plus out of the end zone, everything at the 25 if you want it pretty much.
Once again, Chris Evans will be watching that ball fly over his head.
If he's that's the thing, they listed Travion as running back 2. So if Travion's actually running back 2 and he can be the kick returner, does Chris Evans have an active spot?
I don't know. I thought they were listing Chase Brown which goes to our next pick, but I thought they were listing Chase Brown as like the 4th on the depth chart. Am I wrong? What, are they listing him as the 4th on the depth chart?
I think that's how it's listed, but I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's going to be Chris or if it's going to be Chase that gets that active nod. It's going to be who can do more on special teams, and I don't have the answer to that right now.
I personally hope it's Chase, just because, man, we've had a couple years of Chris Evans. We've had a couple years of hoping that he would get it together, but it just didn't happen. Yeah, he had a great preseason. We all saw it, but at this point,
I like what he can do as a pass catcher.
Yeah.
If we utilize him, though. But if we know, hey, we're going to probably lean on Travion in that role, and then we also have Chase, I can see that going. I think one of those running backs will be inactive. I don't think all 4 will be active this week.
It'll be interesting.
I don't know which one.
Between Chris Evans and Chase Brown.
Right. So then Chase, if we're saying Chase, active or not, I'm going to lean toward yes right now. One way or the other, I think he is active.
Yeah. I'll go with that.
That's
what I'm hoping for, so yeah.
And then Yoshi, man, he looks so good. You can't tell me they can't give him a few plays. And he looked good on special teams. And there's no Stanley Morgan. Are they calling Stanley Morgan up? If they're not calling Stanley Morgan up, is he not one of your
I think he starts.
That's a good question, Dale. You just brought that up, babe. Hey, you know me. I want him to be active.
I think he starts for special teams. He's a starter.
As a gunner, yeah.
So I'm curious to see, and he has blocked well and stuff. So he also guards the gunner, or whatever that role is, their gunner.
Gunner guarder. GG.
Yeah.
The gunner guarder.
There's got to be a name for it.
Yeah, there's got to be something, yeah.
But regardless, I do think Yoshi is 50-50 in my opinion, because I could still see Stanley Morgan, because you can call up guys, right? You can still call up.
When do they have to do that by?
Before I thought soon it could happen. That could come down today and then finalize them. But you don't have to make any of them active for game day because they're relatively healthy. We know Sai's already not playing, so there's one of your inactives. I would say a D lineman, maybe.
Yeah.
Inactive. O-line, you're probably going to have 2 inactives on the O-line if we're thinking of inactives for game day. A running back. 6. See, there's only 6 receivers, so Stanley's not brought up. I could see Yoshi being active, but they've gone with 5 before also.
Yeah.
I think that, man, I didn't think this going into the season, but I think that going into this game, every single draft pick is going to be active.
Well, then that leads us to DJ Ivy.
Right, and I think he's going to be active.
I think he will be.
That'll be I think so too, because if you get anyone dinged up, you want to have extra corner depth.
Well, I mean, they listed him as the backup for Cam Taylor-Britt, didn't they?
But somebody's got to be, you got to
have. I
have.
thought they listed Cheeto's backup as Turner, and CTB's backup was DJ Ivy.
I don't know.
I mean, at one point, maybe. I think every single rookie that we got, that we drafted, not undrafted, but drafted, I think they're all going to be playing on Sunday.
And then Jalen Davis is Hilton's backup, though, so somebody has to be inactive. And like I said, it'll be a couple linemen, probably running back. We only have, 3 tight ends on the active roster? I think all those will probably be active.
Right.
Yeah. I don't think you can go with just 2 going into a game. So I'll be curious to see the inactives because there's going to be some tough ones, I think. There might be an unexpected one here or there. I think Tufele might be the guy on the O-line. But then you're going light, though, because you already have Osai out. I don't know. That's a good question. Yeah. We'll see. I can't predict it right now.
The good news is that we will see. And it's on fucking Sunday. It's 2 days.
Yes, we will.
We will see. Less than 48 hours, right? Is my math right? Is it less than 48 hours?
Yeah, it is less than 48 hours. Are you guys are going to the RJ Cinema?
No.
No.
Greg's not going. And I am most likely going to RJ. I had already told people that I was going to RJ before I got invited.
Oh, you got options. You got options.
I do. I got options, man. But
I'm probably not doing shit.
The one involves no drinking and no cursing. So one of them's no drinking and no cursing.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I did tell people
Derek's supposed to be going to RJ, but who knows with Derek?
Oh, is Derek? I think he is going there too. And
he said he was, but who knows? I could check.
I'll have to check with him. I did promise people I'd be at RJ, so I'm just saying 90%. I'll probably be at RJ. And hey, man, let me just say they don't have anything to do with sponsoring this show or anything like that. But I'm telling you, that is a great away game experience.
I did it once, and I mean, I would do it more, but once again, it's still an hour and a half away from me.
Yeah, the guy I was sitting next to was getting on my nerves at the RJ that one time. So.
Sorry,
no, that was you, Greg, getting on my fucking nerves.
Right?
Oh, you were getting on my nerves.
No, we had a great time.
I had a great time with you, Brian.
I never had such a good movie theater experience.
We did.
Right. Greg,
I got a little fired up at the theater, ain't gonna lie.
Greg reached in and he was like, that was
an awesome experience, man.
It was awesome. No. It was such an awesome experience.
Well, let me just say, my buddy's like, hey, you want to go to B-Dubs? And I said, for what? And he was like, to watch the game. I said, I want to watch the game. He was like, it'll be on. I said, man, B-Dubs got to be like one of the worst places. It's so fucking loud in there. I can't hear what's going on. But you go to RJ, I mean, it's in a movie theater. Yes, there's fans and they're screaming and yelling at times, but you can hear everything going on. Big, giant fucking screen. The food there is amazing. You would think that for a movie theater, they wouldn't have great food, but man, their barbecue is on fucking point, man. Their wings and the barbecue. All the food's good. Big screen TV, full bar. And when you're done, you can go Jungle Gyms and get food from Africa or Europe or wherever you want to, because it's right next door. Awesome experience, RJ Cinemas.
Yeah, I mean, I recommend it too. I probably won't be there just because, like I said, it's 3 hours driving. Is that what I want to do on a Sunday?
Yes. To hang out with your boys, me and Derek, Casper's dick.
And then
now,
the beers are
admittedly, with Derek in the theater, it won't be as dark. Because he glows. He's so fucking white, he glows. And so it won't be as dark in the theater with Derek there.
But I want to get score predictions today. I may do these again, and mine may change tomorrow morning. But I got 21-17 Bengals over Browns. I said 27-21 last Friday. I don't know. I just, with Joe kind of coming back and their defense being pretty good. Our defense, I think, is just as fucking good. I could see a little lower scoring game this week for the Bengals, especially. And 21-17, we pull it out, and we need every one of those freaking points that we get.
Well, I'm going to take your score, and I'm going to throw Money Mac on there, making a field goal too. So I'm going 24, and I did this score when Greg and I did it the other day. 24-13 for some reason has stuck out in my head. 24-13.
Sounds better and less stressful to me.
I'm sticking with my score, 31-24, Bengals.
All right, so you got a little more high scoring, a little back and forth. I mean, I always remember that one game that was early in the season when we had Palmer and it was like 51-48 or whatever.
Yep.
I don't think we're getting that, but you never know, man. Week 1 is always weird too.
Yes, it is.
What about Cincinnati? We got the last time a Cincinnati team played football, they got 66 points. Let's do that.
Let's do that.
UC got 66 points.
Who are your Buckeyes playing tomorrow, Dale?
Youngstown State. So, but yeah, let's end it here. We got Gary Owen tomorrow at 10 in the morning. I love you guys.
I'll be up until then. It should be interesting.
I will be up.
Parting words.
Hoo day, motherfucker.
Hoo
Sunday.
day.
Hoo day.
Hoo day.